We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made the YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
I'm not getting fishy after Monday Night Raw. Welcome to Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, a show where a rotating cast of wrestling fans from around the world come and share and debate their opinions, with live comments from all of you shown throughout, as after all, fans are what makes wrestling so special. So sit back, grab a beverage, and enjoy the show. What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. It is Wednesday, January 28th. Where did the first month of 2026 go? I can't believe it. I was saying Happy New Year yesterday, it feels like. We've got a sweet news day on this Wednesday and an awesome crew hanging out with me. We'll get right into it here. Let me introduce them to you, though. First and foremost, I'm going to send this one across the pond. You know the guy that made the song. It's Chaos. What's going on?
What is good, everybody? Yes, I don't know about you, bro, but yeah, for me, it's been the longest month of the year already. I can't wait till Friday because it's payday for me over here, and it's been an absolute drag. But yeah, this will hopefully tide me over until then, because we're going to be talking about wrestling, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, quick cheap plug: make sure you check out the latest episodes of Take It to the Table. We've done our top 10 lists, best and worst pay-per-views of 2025. We've done it with Ben Allison and David Sheldon. It is a doozy. So be sure to check that out after you obviously watch this on the Daily Show. But let's get straight to it, shall we? No
doubt. Right after the Daily, check that out. And Chaos, by the way, you might want to get that hand checked out. It looks swollen for sure. Get that one checked out.
I thought it was just a big moment thing, but it's all good. I will.
I'm going to send this on to Boston, though, because we've also got Dez in the building. Happy Wednesday, Dez. How have you been? It's been far too long, I guess, like 3 days now.
Yeah, it has been. It's always good to be back. Hope you guys are all doing well. Royal Rumble is this Saturday. Got a lot of talk. Have Chaos. We got Clark. We got 2 C's, and I'm ready to get into it.
Absolutely. RC's, no less. That was the old RC Wednesdays was a thing. We switched it to Tuesdays. Oh, my goodness. The ice worked quickly.
Yeah. The NHS does work over here sometimes, definitely. Yes,
I want to talk about anti-inflammatory properties.
Before I overload it, but yeah, it's all good. I'm back.
Oh, I love it. No, honestly, the hand was cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was sick. Okay, let's get into it though, because the artist formerly known as Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer, wrestled a dark match in AEW. He's involved in an 8-man tag with the Guns. He tagged with some people that he tagged with Martin Stone and the duo known as Better Together, which are Hadar Horvitz and Ori Gold. And then they took on Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, Brady Booker, and Elijah Drago. The team of the Guns got the victory. But since then, Bishop Dyer's discussed at length on various programs over on SiriusXM about just how good of an experience he had. And my question for you guys is this a scenario where you think this is a for sure thing? Do we go with Bishop Dyer to AEW? Do you think he's signed, or do you think should AEW sign him, because he is currently signed to MLW? I'm sorry, I got tongue tied there, but Dez, I'm going to toss it to you first and ask you about it. What do you think, Bishop Dyer to AEW or no?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think it would be a fun addition. I always thought Bishop Dyer, aka Baron Corbin, back on SmackDown when he had the Lone Wolf gimmick, I thought it was super underrated. I think he's a great hand to have. He, he kind of did everything in the main roster where he had a lot of various gimmicks, and he was throwing a lot of gimmicks, and he made the most out of it work, right? When he was Happy Corbin, and he was King Corbin, Corporate Corbin, like all these different gimmicks he had. I thought I did really well. Went to NXT, really helped a lot with his feud against Carmelo Hayes. So yeah, I think it would be really cool to have him in AEW. I'm not sure in what capacity he would play a factor in, but I'm sure they could find a way. And in fact, if they brought back the Lone Wolf gimmick, I think that'd be even better.
It's interesting. I hear where you're coming from on the Lone Wolf thing, but I don't know if singles is the future necessarily for Corbin and AEW because of the amount of success he's had on the radio.
True.
Like in a tag team where a little bit the pressure's off, you can sort of have a run, take some time away, work 2 jobs. I don't know how like Nick Nemeth balances it in TNA, wrestling as full-time as he does and doing a full radio schedule. I got to ask you though, Chaos, what do you think about the idea of potentially Bishop Dyer headed to AEW? I think it would obviously take him leaving MLW for that to be the case, but at the same time, it is an interesting idea.
It is an interesting idea. I think for me, I'm a just ride the middle and be like, they could or they could not, because I feel like, you know, obviously being on somewhere in AEW is obviously a bigger platform. It's the alternative platform to make you know, fans decide whether he, you know, sink or swims. And you know, you can really, I think you need a place like AEW to really prove yourself that, you know, you can, you know, survive without the Fed. You know, you've obviously you've seen Drew McIntyre do it, you've seen Cody Rhodes do it, and you know, look where they are now in the WWE. So he probably needs this kind of opportunity to obviously showcase himself to the people that is you know, that watches something other than the WWE, to see that, yeah, this guy is actually good and doesn't really need, you know, the backing of WWE. And then, you know, it might turn to be like he will actually get re-signed back, because I thought he was good. I thought he was a lifer at WWE, and it was very surprising that they let him go, because he was still probably predominantly used at the time when they let him go. So yeah, I feel like, you know, if he wants to really prove to everyone that he can, you know, survive and not just, you know, just wrestle in jungle gyms, jungle gyms and I know it's not jungle gym, but yeah, you know what I mean. Just like the lower tier promotion.
Jungle gyms. How have we not done a jungle gym match?
I don't know why.
What are we doing? Why have
gym
we
halls,
not?
That's it. Gymnasiums.
Why have we not had a jungle gym match at a park though? Could you imagine a swanton bomb off the top of the slide?
Just when you thought you've seen everything in wrestling, maybe that's something that could definitely be out of the box. Yeah, I would be down for it for sure.
And like one of those old metal ones too. I'm not talking about like the new jungle gyms, like one of the ones where everything hurts. Like if you go on a day that's too hot,
boy,
it stings your back when you slide down the slide.
You will be
like,
sizzling.
Yeah, one of those jungle gyms. Yes.
No, 100%. Yeah,
Old
but no, like
school.
just to finish my point. Yeah,
Yes.
I think it could definitely, you know, if they do use him, I think the mostly what they would use him for is like mid card. I don't think he would be someone that would be believable to go for the world title or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, give him a chance, see if the crowds will like him, and then just take it from there. But yeah, I'm not desperate to see him on my screen. I'll be honest.
100%. And I don't blame you for that. You brought up a great point about the lifer thing. I mean, like, he's kind of the star of Breaking Ground. Remember that series? They took it all away from us in America. Here, you can't watch anything anymore. But, you know, you used to be able to watch it on the network if you were bored. And at the end of the day, he was kind of the star of that. He was in a lot of big feuds. He sort of rubbed shoulders with everybody of relevance during his time in the WWE. He retired Kurt Angle. Like,
oh, don't get me started.
This guy's got a lot of, but I mean, resume wise, right? Like, outside of we could complain about that for sure. That's a different segment for a different day. But at that same time, like, it did happen. And one thing though that I think is unique with him in particular is being a former professional athlete with his NFL background. He's also got this cooking thing going, like with the barbecue stuff, and it is really carving out his own space there. He's on the radio consistently and amazing there. I'm not sure necessarily that he wants it, other than for the fun and the thrill of still doing it. If he really wants to have a big run, I think the answer probably is AEW. And, you know, we mentioned Drew McIntyre earlier, and multiple people have gone the route of rebuilding themselves outside of the WWE. I just don't see a direct route for him back to WWE that doesn't start with making a statement and doing it in the biggest place possible, like AEW. On paper, to me, that's the most logical move, if that's what he wants. Not to go outside of kayfabe here, but the guy's got 3 jobs essentially, right? Professional wrestler, broadcaster, and he's doing the barbecue stuff, right? Yeah. Like he's a business owner. And at the end of the day, that's a lot, and that's cool, and he's accomplished a lot. So I just think it depends on what he's looking for, what Bishop's looking for his later stages of his career, right? If he wants to wrestle a full schedule, AEW is likely the place to do it for him. If he really wants to get back to that lifestyle and get back to that place in the industry, I think that's the move. But we've also got a bunch of comments I want to run through because it's National Blueberry Pancake Day. That's really good to know.
Sounds good.
Right after breakfast, though, darn it. Happy Hump Day, WR Crew from Fernando Zayas, no doubt about it. We've got What It Do, WR Crew from Aunt U. Great job hosting last night. Good to see you always. Bobby Batito in the building.
Bobby.
What's up, everyone? What's up, Bobby? And then we got Shoddy. That boy Chaos with the fresh cut.
There we go.
Yes, yeah, man. Yeah. Rest in peace to High Top. That is over. You have to have a little refresh.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good.
Shout out the barber. Shout out the barber for sure. And then we've got I want to see Bishop Dyer versus Kaito Kiyomura in pro wrestling. Okay, that would be cool. I like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. I don't think that would entail him signing with AEW, but at the end of the day, I actually think that's possible, especially given like his current situation, contractually speaking. That's in the cards. Right. And then Bobby added he'd like to see Bishop Dyer versus Takeshita. That one's kind of fun to me, but it's not the most fun. I'd actually like to see, in a weird way, Dyer versus Okada, just because like the Rainmaker versus the End of Days is kind of fun on paper. And
I don't think. I'm sorry, but I don't think Dyer could even keep up with Takeshita. Like that is Takeshita's a monster.
I think
sorry,
he's a monster.
He's like too good of an athlete at this stage. That's a really good point.
Okada, maybe. Yeah, I think that's the decent range. But Takeshita,
I think Dyer and Okada could have like a slugfest.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
like a really stiff. Yeah, like one of those, almost like one of those like Sheamus Drew type matches, but like in a different. You know what I mean? Where it's just like everything is really stiff and like, because I mean, Bishop Dyer, people also forget he's a boxer too. And the guy throws some of the best working punches in wrestling. That's one of the I think most overlooked technical abilities when it comes to him, as well as protecting the End of Days. I'm still a little bit sad that they let the kick out happen.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. There was no need for that. And even when it happened, it was to a whimper. No one really was like, "Oh my god!" It was a bit of a waste.
It was a complete waste. All those years of building it, because that was the one thing is like, well, if he does hit the End of Days, it's over, right? I would say by the end of his run, right? Like, or not by the end, but like towards the later stages of his WWE run, it's like, well, he does still have the End of Days. You could always sort of build him back up as that powerful heel on the legs of that. You know what I mean? Now, let's not forget we did have a dog food segment with Roman Reigns. Nobody should have been involved in that. That was just,
I
mean, that is the low point. I think there's no doubt about that. But let's talk about video games, my friends. Let's get into some digital wrestling here, because I know one thing about Chaos, and that is that he's really good at the game. The guy has ownership over the triangle button in a way that I've really never seen. Like you can't hit any moves. Honestly, I would have a better chance of beating him in WWE 2K if we did like a worked match where we were calling spots using the controller.
To do a Cena, basically.
Hit circle. Loud German suplex.
On 3. 1, 2.
But WWE 2K26 has been announced, and it is Triple H heavy. We've got 3 different covers. The King of Kings, I would argue the internet believes is the most controversial of the bundle. And then you've got the Attitude Era edition, as well as the Monday Night Wars edition. First and foremost, Chaos, which edition are you going with? And second, what do you think about the covers?
To quote a line from you, Clark, what are we doing here? What is going on? That it's a bit OTT considering that, this is, Papa H, and, it's meant to be for the people and all that stuff. But this guy is up his own ass tenfold. It's crazy. And I'm pretty sure they're going to say that, this was not his idea, or this was all 2Ks and stuff. But I mean, the first commercial is his own version. Why couldn't you do one for the main, which is Monday Night Wars, or the one that is meant to be the cover? You just fling the standard edition to CM Punk. Like, it's just nothing. His one is like very just basic, but you know, King of Triple H gets the King of Kings one, and also the Attitude Era, which, by the way, they obviously altered it, make him look more muscular, and he's got the big gold, even though he did not win it during the Attitude Era. And he's also like got this AI looking. It looks kind of weird in the Monday Night Raw version, the Monday Night Wars edition. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't know why they couldn't just vary it. They had the Undertaker edition, the Bloodline edition, and that was varied. But this one, yeah, it's a bit OTT for me. Out of spite, I'm just gonna go for the standard. I don't care. Like, I wish I could go for the Monday Night War one, but I think even that's a bit that's the money they're asking for that is ridiculous. So yeah, because I'm a punker, I'm gonna go for the standard edition. Sorry.
That's honestly where my head's at too. Is like I could justify the Monday Night Wars one, but why get the King of Kings?
What's special about the King of Kings?
Yeah, I don't.
In green.
and you know what really actually bothers me about the editions is I felt like you used to sort of, with the various editions on 2K at least, or even pre-2K, you would get more content if you bought the better edition. Now it's just more VC. It's just more virtual currency. That's all you get is like,
you guarantee the season pass, but you don't even know what you're getting in the season pass. We still don't know what we're getting.
Yeah, you're basically buying head starts.
Mm-hmm.
As many as you can get, right? Like even for like the story mode, you get like the career accelerator.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't even know if that's worth throwing extra money at, because the other thing is, as far as this is the frustrating part too, is I understand the more money on various, like, if you're going to drop the way they've done, like you get 5 wrestlers, right? The new releases throughout and whatnot. I get that. But even if you buy the King of Kings, I don't think you get all of the, you don't. You still have to buy.
I think the very least, I think you get the season pass at least. But in terms of, and obviously you got the island, I'm pretty sure that's making a comeback. So you're gonna obviously with the ultimate one, that's when you're gonna get more money for that as well. Plus the VC, yeah, like it's
for sure.
I read about this and it's bugging me because it's wild. Apparently the island's gonna be goofy this year. It's like
it was really goofy.
It was, but it's like made up factions now.
Yes, I heard about this. Yes.
Yeah, I guess like Roman's no longer the tribal chief, so it's like
because
unrest.
Because the season ended in the current one, and you face this OTTOPP version of Roman Reigns.
Right.
You dethrone him, and then basically the island becomes yours, and then so there's no real ruler, and then so I guess the continuing from that. That's why I read. But it's just so lazy. I mean, like all sports games are just like it's the same editions every year. NFL is Madden's guilty of it. NBA is guilty of it. You know, and now WWE. It's like every year is the same. You just get a different cover at the front of it. That's it.
Such a great point, because it's funny. Madden was so lazy for so long. This year they finally went out of their way to really upgrade like the animations.
Animations, better player DNA. And
I will actually give them credit. It does feel like more like the old school games, but more fluid. But really, I think it's only because college football forced their hand. Like the college football game was so good, and it's a separate team. Yes, they work conjunction a little together. They're both EA Sports, but college football sort of forced Madden's hand in a way.
To keep in mind, they're on the verge of losing that license, so they really need to really pull their finger out, because otherwise, Madden ain't gonna mess with them anymore.
Truthfully, before I even asked Des about the WWE one, like I've exclusively played the college game this year of the two. It's just the better game by far. Yeah. You know what I mean? Especially now that they can use the names and likenesses. You have the real players.
Yeah.
So it's like, who cares? It's the best. All right, Des, I want to get your thoughts, though. Which edition are you going with? Is there a cover that you prefer? Is there one that stands out? It's kind of wild, man, because you think guys like me and Chaos who grew up on the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars and things like that would be more excited about this. And to his point, they just have kind of whiffed it. But is there something at least a little maybe intriguing about it being sort of a throwback heavy game?
Yeah, I really thought the Attitude Era cover was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely looked like someone I was gonna get, but I think Chaos really hit it on the head. It's the prices, right? There's 4 versions, and each of them, like the Kings of Kings edition, I think it's a Kings of Kings Attitude Era, and then the Monday Night Wars edition. They're ranging from $120 to $150 for one edition. So I think the standard edition makes the most sense to get. I will say I understand with Triple H being on 3 covers. I feel like if they're going to do the Attitude Era, it makes sense for him to be there. If they're going to do the Monday Night Wars edition, it makes sense to be there. I think the reason why 2K did the King of Kings edition is because it's celebrating like some type of anniversary that Triple H has of being a wrestler is my guess for doing it. But I will say a lot of people that are being like Triple H is the first one, a corporate guy to be on the cover. SmackDown versus Raw was Vince McMahon was on the cover. So I do want to shut down that notion of it. But I agree. I think it would be cool to have like an NXT version. But I also like the throwbacks. If they did an Attitude Era showcase, I don't think they're going to because I believe it's going to be like Punk. But it would be really cool if they did that. And like you guys also hit it on the head. Like nothing's really changing with these wrestling games, right? It's just updated rosters, little tweaks on there. We live in an age with video games where graphics are becoming more important than the actual gameplay, where it's like it looks visually appealing, but the actual game itself, control-wise, isn't the best. And I think that's just going to continue going on because people are buying it, right? They're buying Madden, 2K, NHL, MLB. Although I'll give credit to MLB because they are tweaking some things up there. Yeah, sports games are pretty much all the same. Even this showcase with 2K25, like with the island and stuff, never really appealed to me. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like it was just more of one of those VC things, those pay to win type things. And, I'm old school in a way where I like the road to WrestleManias. I like the old showcases. Like that's just my type of thing. Even like in SmackDown versus Raw 07, 08, where you had like a, I forgot the exact one. I don't think it's 24/7, but it's like a career mode where you play a wrestler and you go through a whole calendar year as that wrestler and then different cutscenes and whatnot. So, but yeah, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see how it is.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot too. I always do. It is what it is when it comes to that. I think in some ways, but I think we're all on the same page when it comes to just a little bit more. Show us something new. And
Right.
and it's tough because it's always tough to advertise something new. I remember, they changed the finisher and the signature buttons, and then so that Cody Rhodes could do 3 crossroads, they added the super finisher, right? Just for Cody. But either way, at the end of the day, right, like that usually sketches people up, but I did think it actually added to the game in some ways that in hindsight looks better than it did at the time. But I don't know where you start, right? Part of me is like, to your point, of course, I like playing online and the competitive aspect of all of that, and the sort of like the, like you have the ability to talk to the people you're wrestling against and whatnot, but playing through like career mode and having it with cutscenes and be intriguing, like more important, and feeling like it. I feel like back in the day, even you go back, you mentioned the Vince McMahon being on the cover, and I laugh because I'm like, I immediately thought of that one, and I also thought of like, remember when it was SmackDown versus Raw, and then like they little letters ECW and sort of
featuring ECW.
featuring also like
and who better to represent ECW than Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley.
What it was.
ECW original Bobby Lashley.
right.
There we go.
That was ridiculous. But yeah, like I don't know, just this whole trip, just wrap it up. I mean, just my point in terms of this whole Triple H thing. It just reminds me, I don't know if everyone in the comments have heard about obviously the demands that that was sent to when THQ had the WWE license to make sure that I think we spoke about it in the group chat that make sure that Triple H doesn't look vulnerable or bleeding or just when it comes to the marketing, because he's meant to be, and there was like an actual sheet that was actually sent to the developers that he's meant to look powerful, not in any peril, and not in any negative shape or form, just to make sure that, and then they can post it. And this is kind of brings memories of just it's all about Triple H. And I'm just like, calm down, bro. You're not the savior.
We're gonna get like 5 versions of him in the game. We'll get DX Trunks.
No, we're gonna get 20. Are you mad?
A
We're gonna
billion.
get suit and tie Triple H. We're gonna get Triple H without the beard, Triple H with the beard, Triple H with hair, Triple H
Hunter
without
Hearst
hair.
Helmsley.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, yeah.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, him with the chef hat, him with DX gear, him without DX gear. Just
The Lemmy beard.
Yes.
like jacked up like Triple H when he was doing the pose down with Scott Steiner. You're gonna get you're gonna get about 20 versions, man. You thought John Cena was bad last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Wait till you see the version.
We're getting all Triple H.
All kinds of Triple
You're
H.
gonna be able to throw that running knee a billion different ways.
Yeah. But the one thing they probably ain't gonna put in is when is My Time theme song, which is gonna tick me off. 1, 2, this one.
I do like that theme song. I'm not gonna lie. That theme song is good. The game's better, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was always one of the funniest theme songs. That ladder match, him and The Rock, I remember him coming out to that one and just being like, this doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna get Emerald and Terminator. 100%.
Yes, Terminator. If you can wrestle with him in the outfit, that's unbelievable. In the Terminator outfit.
It'd be great.
I mean, they had action figure Cody last year, so who knows? Either way.
And also you had an invisible Cena. I don't know how they go.
Yeah, Super Cena.
Oh yeah, that was really hard to navigate. We've got really big news here from Pretty Deadly because Kit Wilson was on Insight with Chris Van Fleet and he made it known that Ben's dream may come true someday. The musical exists. They have 10 songs already in the pocket, ready to rock and roll. Pretty Deadly, the musical, coming to a Broadway theater near you. Des, what do you think about that? A big announcement from the guy with the most recent catchy theme song.
Right. So me being a theater kid and all, we've had Shakespeare, right? We've had Phantom of the Opera. We've had A Doll's House. We've had Hamlet. We've had Hamilton. We've had Macbeth. We've had Romeo and Juliet. None of them will ever come close to Pretty Deadly the musical. It's something that everybody, and I mean all of us, have been all waiting for. It is going to come down as one of the biggest moments in WWE history. I am very excited for Pretty Deadly the musical. The fact we already have 10 songs revealed, it's even bigger than every single wrestling video game in the planet Earth because we have Kit Wilson. He already came out with one amazing song. Now we have 10. I mean, truly, what better time it is to be alive than to have Pretty Deadly the musical. Ben has been waiting for this. He's also been waiting for Austin Theory to win a match, which also happened. It just shows that, ladies and gentlemen, dreams can come true, and Pretty Deadly the musical will be seen in a theater right next to you. Amazing.
Oh man, honestly, I thought that was beautiful, Des. But I do have two quick bones to pick with you here. Number one, did you say Macbeth?
Yeah, no, it's Macbeth.
It's Macbeth.
Yeah, it's Macbeth. I was just rambling on.
Was it like the new number 4 at McDonald's? I'll take the Macbeth.
Return of the Macbeth.
Yeah, it's Macbeth and Wicked. I was just naming off musicals on the top of my head. I was just like, it's going.
I'll do a Macbeth, small fry, and a medium Sprite, please.
My theater teacher hears that. I'm gonna get an email from them. We're gonna be like, how dare you? How dare you call it Macbeth? I'm like, no. I'm just.
And then the only other problem I have is this. As excited for the musical as I am,
as you should be,
if it's released before this dang documentary that Sami Zayn was making, when there was a conspiracy against him, and that's how he says it, he's got a Canadian accent. It's not like the Macbeth thing. He really said against. There was a conspiracy against me.
It was.
I'll be so disappointed. I want release the documentary because I know whatever it was really important. I have a bad feeling that there's shenanigans behind the scenes there. Maybe honestly, actually, it did come out and they just called it Unreal. Who knows? What do you think, Kaya?
If I'm honest, I'm pretty sure this is going to be sitting right next to, like you said, Sami Zayn's conspiracy tape, as well as the forbidden tape of Over the Edge 1999 or whenever it was. I think it's going to sit right next there. We're never going to see it. Show. It's never going to come to fruition. I'm sorry. Or I would probably be cool. You know what would be good? I would like it if when the other one comes back. I forgot his name.
Elton Prince, yeah.
Who?
Elton Prince.
Elton Prince. There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Once he comes back, and then they look to do a huge reunion, and they're going to say, okay, next week on SmackDown, we're going to obviously finally release the Pretty Deadly, the musical. It's going to be all to show. They do a big celebration. They'll pyro everything in the ring, and just when they're about to show it, Elton Prince attacks him, and then that's the end of Pretty Deadly. You'll never ever see it, and they completely just have a huge 3-month feud. I'd be totally fine with that. But yeah, they could make 10, 20, 30 songs. We ain't going to see that garbage. I'm sorry. So sorry, Ben.
Garbage.
Better luck next time. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's already as garbage as his theme song. I'm sorry. I said it. I don't get it. Why is it catchy? How is it catchy?
I don't know if it's catchy, but it's
catchy.
Nah, you guys ain't got no taste. I'm sorry. It's
no. It's definitely catchy. It is catchy. It's catchy.
It's I'm missing
red,
something
white, and blue.
It's crazy.
We need Booker T doing a spin-a-rooney on this musical, bro. We need all of this. Everybody.
Malfunction. No.
Glad to be back. I'll take a 20-piece McNugget. That got me good. We got a good one, Des, from Fernando.
Thank you.
Brother forgot dear Evan Hansen. Terrorizing Triple H.
Yes, we're gonna get terrorizing Triple H. Yes, we're gonna get that one. Yes, 100%.
Terrorizing.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get.
What a clever name.
They're gonna rename it to WWE Triple H 2K26.
Hey, don't give him any ideas. We're really teetering on that.
Right.
You never know.
All right, guys. It is time, though, as we do now on these Wednesdays, for a Mount Rushmore. We're doing this is a Mount Rushmore of Royal Rumble victories. And I'm excited to get into it. Chaos, you have the first pick. Mount Rushmore of Rumble winners.
Okay. All right. My favorite one, and it still gives me goosebumps to this day because it was something that we never thought we would ever see. But it happened. And he lasted the whole Rumble. Started number 1. And it was a moment it was a moment in history. And my favorite one that I always go back to watch, they actually just uploaded it on Netflix. Yes, I'm talking about the Rumble that a one crippler, the Rabbit Wolverine.
Take him. No, don't do it. Stop. You can't do that, Chaos.
I'm not. That was good. No, I'm saying, but
oh, you muted.
You muted me. What are you doing?
No, you muted yourself.
Oh my days. All right, cool. Yeah, no. The best one, my favorite one was when Randy Orton won and he eliminated Roman Reigns to when we thought that it was going to be him to when everyone was fearing that Roman Reigns was going to win that year because I think he lost the championship earlier in the night and then he came in at number 30. Everyone was booing Roman Reigns out of the building, but Randy Orton saved us from that embarrassment that was going to possibly happen, and then we got that awesome match against Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. So yeah, my favorite one just because we didn't get to see the big dog fighting for the championship at WrestleMania. It has to be with Randy Orton. So Randy Orton is my favorite Rumble win.
Absolutely. I love that. That's a great pick. The first one scared me to death, but neither here nor there. Des, you up with the second pick. Mount Rushmore of Royal Rumble winners.
All right, cool. We're going to take it back to what I consider one of the best Royal Rumbles of all time. I just saw it 2 hours ago. We're going to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin winning the third Rumble in 2001.
Ooh, I like that pick. And off the back of that one, I'm going to go with another Austin victory, 1997. You know why? Because it was my first Rumble I owned on VHS.
Really?
It was awesome. Mil Mascaris eliminates himself. Stone Cold Steve Austin wins the Rumble, and Shawn Michaels regains the world title over Psycho Sid in the main event in his hometown of San Antonio. Who would that hurt? Nobody. Absolutely. Now with my second pick, I'm going to 1996. HBK eliminates Diesel, picks up the victory. I was at the Mania that followed it. Meant the world to me as a kid. Gotta go with that one. But that returns the pick to you, Dez. And then you'll have 2 Chaos. Who do you got next?
All right, I'm going to go with other people consider one of the best Royal Rumbles of all time. 1992, we're going to take it to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, entering at number 3 and winning the WWE Championship. Ric Flair, 1992.
That is an outstanding pick and unexpected one to say the least, but Chaos.
Here in my eye.
Balls in your court. You have 2 picks back to back.
Okay, I'll be serious with this one. So yeah, my pick would have to be which pretty much is widely regarded one of the greatest returns in WWE history, and is when John Cena returned in 2013 at number 30 to go ahead and win, because obviously no one expected him to be back. So that was absolutely amazing. And for my last one, I would say would have to be Drew McIntyre in 2020, because he was red hot in that year, and he obviously took out Lesnar in beautiful fashion, and obviously won it. Obviously, he didn't get the best WrestleMania moment, is the perfect WrestleMania moment with the crowd, but yeah, that was when Drew McIntyre was at his peak. So yeah, that's for me, Cena and Drew McIntyre.
That was an outstanding pick. I love it. Dez, balls in your court, my friend. Who do you got?
All right, you already took one of them, so I'll take the other one. HBK, 1995, when he skinned the cat and won the Royal Rumble.
Oh, so we now have both HBK victories off the table here, and that's a good one. I like that pick a lot. To be completely honest, that was likely my next pick, Des.
Yeah,
and it's interesting. The 96 one is more memorable because he was able to capitalize on the victory in 96 to win the title.
He beat Bret Hart.
The 95 Rumble as a watch is arguably the better Rumble.
I agree.
And I would say, especially eliminating Bulldog, people forget. It's funny. I was having a conversation the other day about like best wrestlers to never win a WWE title. And I'm like, immediately, not WWE, but like a world title.
Yeah.
And the 3 names that immediately come to mind for me are Bulldog, and nobody mentions it. And this guy sold out Wembley with Bret Hart. Come on. The IC title
was high as well.
Yeah. Well, and he wrestled a heck of a match.
Yeah, no.
Got to give him credit. He was overcoming more obstacles than just his opponent that night.
That's funny.
You had to work even harder. And then I'd go Mr. Perfect and Razor Ramon. Those are the 3 that I would say.
That's a great list. I like that.
It's sort of like, it's egregious that it never happened. But at the end of the day, I've got 2 more picks myself here to round us out, correct? Or 1 more pick? 2 more picks. 2 more picks. Because I only have 2. I'm third.
Okay,
yeah. I got 1 more pick left.
Perfect. So for my second to last pick, I'm actually going to head to the Women's Rumble. Bianca Belair in 2021. Now, I understand you might think, oh, I should have taken Asuka or Becky or one of the earlier ones. I think Bianca coming out of what 2020 was in the pandemic and winning that Rumble and what it set up for with her and Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks at the time, was the most valuable Women's Rumble victory of them all. She put that division on her back for that time, and it was a deserved main event spot. So that's why I have a hard time not allowing that one to be on the list. And that's why I left a few other Women's Rumble victories that were equally important, unfortunately, on the cutting room floor. Now for my last pick. This is one I have to go to just because it's interesting. I was 14 years old, and it was really wild to, like, at that age, Eddie Guerrero's passing was so impactful and everything. Rey Mysterio overcoming the odds.
Right. It's great.
And winning the Royal Rumble is my last pick on my Mount Rushmore here. There's a lot, though. This is a difficult one to say the very least, but Des will get your last pick, and then we'll get your last pick as well, Chaos.
All right. Well, I took your HBK pick. You took my Bianca pick. That's fair. So I'm also going to give some love to the ladies. There's two people I'm thinking of. I'm going to go with this one just because I feel like it was more of a star-making performance. We're going to go with Rhea Ripley 2023 when she entered at #1 and won the Women's Rumble.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a rock solid pick, no doubt about it. Chaos, round us out though. Let's start carving the statues for our Rushmores.
Yeah, I think the one that that I'm surprised no one's really spoken about it. And again, this is a very serious one, but just simply the way it just unfolded, and it ended up with two people leaving out at the same time, and then also a chairman with two busted quads, and that was when Batista won the Royal Rumble, just because of there's something that happened so organic turned out to be something so memorable and in more ways than one. But yeah, I think that Rumble was pretty fun. But yeah, just the fact that they were able to retake it, and then obviously Batista getting the win, and obviously him telling the story about that later down in his career is a hilarious story. So yeah, Batista, that was a good Rumble win.
I think that's an outstanding pick. I love that one too, because it's funny, compared to the Luger and Bret Hart, both feet touch the floor at the same time. Right. They actually handled that one better. And in a weird way, the torn quads makes it more memorable.
Yes.
Because also him sitting in the ring, it was obvious at the time.
Right.
Yeah, as it was happening, you were like, oh, wait, so there's something else amiss here. Vince McMahon is sitting crisscross applesauce in the middle of the ring.
Just giving it.
Too funny. And then they got the finish right.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I think there's something to me about the Rumble that's so special is it sort of signifies it's wrestling's year round. We've watched it our whole lives, but it's wrestling season because we get the Rumble. It just always feels like a fresh start, no matter what, even if we don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the results and whatnot. There's just something special about it. And I love that for your last pick there with Batista, because that Mania in Hollywood Cena ended up still defeating JBL. What it led to. And I think
the future,
all of the Rumble winners that we sort of picked for our lists kind of embodied that in some ways, right? What it led to mattered as much as the moment itself. And I think that's what sort of separates the Rumble from all of the rest of the PLEs. It's unique in that way that you can sort of view it in the format itself. And shout out Pat Patterson, of course, obviously the inventor and everything. But the format and just the way it works lends you to want to enjoy it. Right. Even if you've been sort of disaligned with recent booking and whatnot, you're like, wait a minute, they could do anything. It's the Rumble.
Yeah.
And I think that's really special when it comes to the Royal Rumble in general. But that, my friends, will bring us to the end of the show. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Of course, that's noon Pacific, 3:00 over on the East Coast, 8:00 in the UK, and 9 a.m. for my good friends in Hawaii. As cheaply plugged earlier, we'll do an expensive plug here. Check out Take It to the Table, as Chaos mentioned. It's important, and it's a really good show. And not only that, we're going to be off the air here in 10 seconds when I shut up. So if you have nothing to do, watch the show. It's really good stuff. Andy mentioned earlier, Ben Allison and David Sheldon are also on it. But mostly Chaos is hosting, and it's Take It to the Table. And then also Dez, monster shout out, great show. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Happy Wednesday. Enjoy Dynamite tonight. Enjoy the Rumble this weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.